little more serious like note is how do you deal with someone, for example, that might have like let's say like health issues or just like some issues like dealing with drugs, finances. Like for example, I have friends that s- have substance abuse issues. Um, and it's not everyone thinks like substance issues is just like heroin or crack or whatever. It's just like alcoholism, and they
Mhm.
kind of attribute it to like no, it's just social drinking. I work hard at a drink. You know what I mean? Like for me, I'm not really I don't really drink. I used to burn. I don't even really do that anymore because I feel like it's affecting me with my health and stuff like that. So people are like, you're just old and you're being like a lame, this and that, this and that. And I'm like, nah, like it's Monday. Even if I'm off of work, you're drinking. Like you got babies. Like why are you getting sauce? And even if they're asleep or whatever, why are you really getting sauce? And I might be completely to the left or right, wherever side you're on. But what do y'all feel about dealing with those type of issues or stances?
Like somebody that has the issue, or just
Like, I'll give you my personal how would you deal with me? Like, I have friends that I know that literally drink every day, like, every day, and I'm just like, I see that as an issue. I don't think you should drink every day, and it's not like a beer, like beverages, like, and, I just don't like being around that element 'cause I'm just like, you're not clear, your
yeah.
conversations ain't what it need to be for me anyway.
You
It's
know, it's funny because I was just I had this I want to say it might have even been Jay, but I'm not even sure. I had the conversation, but this was like real recent, like how I don't like being around people that are high.
mm,
Like, um, to call it an issue, I don't know, or to have it be a problem. I'm not gonna go that far because I know sometimes people just do it for the moment or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody's drinking like every day, all the time and shit, like that's an issue. That's a problem. But me personally, like I hate being around people that are high. I hate that like dumb look, like zoned out, like that shit. It really irks my whole soul. I'm
yeah,
just looking at you like you look fucking stupid. Like your eyes are looking crazy, like you're all red and shit, and like you're not fun. Like people, it's not really fun to hang around. Like I like drunk people. You know what I mean? Like I like laughing and
are
all that
you
extra shit.
not moving along with
You
someone
know
else?
why that is? It's because we don't smoke. Cause I feel the same. Like when I'm around people that are high, I'm like, yo, you just look mad slow right now. You look mad dumb. Like I don't see the enjoyment in it. And
Yeah,
maybe
like I
that's just
just
because
I
I'm such
can't.
a up tempo type of person. But I'm like, yo, I can't be that relaxed and that like
Right.
goofy and
Like
spaced
it's
out.
fine for them if they want it. That's fine. I don't care that you get high and shit. It's just if you know we're gonna chill, don't even smoke around me. Just smoke, get high, do your thing, and then come by and we could chill. Cause like I don't want to be like, oh, you see that shit, and you're like, yeah, that shit was crazy. It's like
I gotta
get the
speak.
fuck out of here, bro. Go take that energy somewhere else, boy. Like you're blowing my whole vibe.
There must be
Like
some indica. It's like because me, it's completely opposite. I'm a sativa person, right? And I'm just like, I have an idea. How about
yeah, see,
like
I don't know anybody that
real?
gets high and that's like that. Nobody. Not one person. Well, now you.
Yeah,
But nobody I know like gets high and is like that. If that was the case, it might be different. But I don't have like every single person that I know is just zoned out. Like
yeah, I
they're
know.
not slow, but they're just like
Delayed. They're
they're just
delayed.
there. Yeah, like it's like all right, bro.
And like
Anyways,
I have no issue like cannabis obviously is making it's becoming legal and stuff like that, which it should, you know what I mean? It's probably the safest drug if you want to call it.
Compare.
Um
Well, hell yeah.
but at the end of the day, like being a person that doesn't smoke, I understand what Tyler's saying. Like there are people that can be productive, but even in their productivity, I still feel like they're like a step behind. They're like
yeah.
delayed. You know what I mean? They're
Right.
not fully up to pace with with like me who's sober. You know what I mean? But
Right.
like me, I have to drink to go into crowds. You know what I mean? I think for me, I think it's just the environment that I've worked in for the last 15 years, and then just a lot of the shit that I've gotten into in my personal life. Like I can't go into a crowd where I don't know the majority of the people without having some sort of a fucking edge to like a little bit of a buzz to take the edge off.
That sucks, bro.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Like it just, and I'm not talking about getting fucked up. I'm talking like I gotta have a little pregame in me just to kind of take the edge off a little bit. Because if I'm not, I'm fucking super on edge. You know what I mean? I'm real apprehensive. I'm real on guard, and it ruins my time. So I have to be able to like relax a little bit.
Well,
But
Yeah.
good point. Is it because of the job?
I think the job probably plays
Yeah, I think so.
a pretty good part into it because at the end of the day, like not so much our job now, but our old job, we had to be on guard the entire
The
time.
whole
Like
like you
we
couldn't
had
like
to,
relax.
yeah, they wouldn't allow you to the job itself wouldn't allow you to relax. Like if you got caught relaxing, like leaning, they would call you on it. But there was a reason for it because shit popped off constantly. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And you don't want to be caught lacking and shit like that. Like
Right.
even on our job now, like with the group of kids we have right now, we're pretty straight. We have good relationships with them. But when a kid comes in, or a new kid comes in, or when we have higher numbers and there's tension um, on the unit or whatever, like you gotta be on your p's and q's because that's when shit happens if you're not. So, but back to the original question. So 2 days ago was the 2 year anniversary. My friend passed away from drugs.
Yeah.
I know another kid that passed away after him from drugs. We weren't as close, but like I knew him, you know what I mean? And I currently have a very, very, very good friend of mine that's going through a real fucking tough time. Um, the friend that's going through it now, or that was, I don't know, I haven't spoke to him in a couple of weeks. I've been trying to reach out to him. I haven't heard him. But he he started get like it's like a group of friends I used to hang out with. Like I said, when I was getting into my shit and shit like that, I kind of got away from that. So I kind of separated myself based off of that. They started getting into the drugs and shit. Um, I wish I could just be like, "Yo, don't do that," and they would listen. But unfortunately, everybody's their own man. They have their own thing, and I never thought it would matter. You know what I mean? Um, so I like we're not as close as we once were. We used to be best friends. Um, but I seen this particular friend at my dad's wake, and he just looked empty, bro. Like there was no soul. Like there was no, it was just a shell. You know what I mean? And it was tough. It was real hard to see, and I love the dude. You know what I mean. I wish you. I hope he can come back from it. But I don't know if it's possible. You know what I mean. I can't say that I've seen somebody be as deep as he is and come back from it, which is super sad and super hard for me to say. But it's tough. You know what I mean. I want to help him. You know what I mean. He reached out to me one day, and this hurt me really bad. Actually, was he reached out to me one day asking me for a place to stay.
Mhm.
Um, got into it with his girl. I couldn't help him. You know what I mean? I'm like, I can't. I live with my girl and her sister. Um, I just can't. I can't bring that around. You know what I mean? Like, cause as much as I love the dude and I hope that he wouldn't do me wrong, I know those drugs have a power, man, and like people are gonna do what they need to get drugs. So it's like bringing somebody into your home. You don't know if they're gonna try and grab something to get their fix or whatever, and I can't give you money because I'm afraid that you're gonna go use it on drugs and shit like that. So it's real tough for me to not be able to help him. So what I did do, so when I couldn't help him, he ended up relapsing, and I felt fucking super guilty. And a lot of people, they say he probably would have relapsed anyway, which is probably the case. But like at the end of the day, I can't help but think that maybe he wouldn't have if I had helped him. So he ends up relapsing. He makes a Instagram post and he, says he wants to get clean and he's upset and he's realizing, how much he's like what he's done and he's gonna do it to prove people wrong. And I'm hoping that's the case. So I made it a point to like reach out to him every couple of days, like, yo, how you doing? How's it going? And he would be honest with me for the most part. And I told him like, yo, even if it gets bad, even if you relapse again, just be honest with me. You know what I mean? He's like, I will. And he like it was real emotional. he was emotional, I was emotional. I'm actually surprised I'm not getting emotional right now because I usually get emotional when I talk about this. Um, but but at the same time, like I love this dude. I really do. I've known this dude for 20 years. He was my best friend. We've been through a lot of shit together. But at the same time, I can't sit there and watch him kill himself. Like I can't do that. Like I avoid death like a motherfucker. I don't think I do too well with death. Um, so honestly, I don't know how long he's gonna be here. You know what I mean? And that's hard for me to say. And hopefully I'm wrong. And I want nothing more than for him to pull through and make a recovery. But I don't know that's gonna happen. And I don't know how to help him. And that's hard. That's real hard for me because I want to help everybody. You know what I mean? I want to literally help everybody with anything I can. And when I can't help people, it actually affects me really badly. I take it really hard. So uh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that there's I don't know that there's a perfect thing or a perfect way of kind of just getting people to stop what it is that you're doing. I think what you did is I think is the smart move. Um, I'm a very selfish dude, and I think that's kind of like you got to protect your home, right? Uh,
Hmm.
you got to protect the people that you love, even though that you've known him longer, and you have love for him because you don't want his situation to kind of create problems for your current situation, which will in turn just kind of just implode and mess up everything that you've worked so hard and for and continue to work hard for. Um, but I don't want you to ever think like, you could have stopped it because at the end of the day, he was going to do it anyway, regardless. And who am I to say that? But I feel confident in just making that judgment call and just saying that and making that assumption. Um, And it could have been like, hey, he got in there and just took a couple things and took off to go, fulfill his needs. Um, I feel like a lot of times individuals that have substance abuse, they just need to kinda stay busy and be around positive people, because when shit starts to go down or doesn't go their way, and it's gonna sound horrible, but they kinda use excuses to use that as an excuse to use again. But I think it's just a mind thing. I've never been, addicted to anything like that. Um, just anything that made me say, "Hey, I gotta get more." I've always just been like, "Whoa, wait a minute. I gotta slow down." Anything from and it doesn't have to be like alcohol or drugs. It could be like even video games. Like I found myself overindulging in things. Anything like that. It could literally, you can overindulge in video games and find like your life will fall apart.
Hmm.
What I mean?
Absolutely.
So it's not necessarily just drugs. And I hate when people just try to say, "Oh, substance like an abuse is just drugs," and it's definitely not. It's anything that just doesn't allow you to function as an adult. Um, for you to get your money or for you to be, dealing with just people in general on a daily basis, interacting and stuff. So I hope you don't have that in your heart anymore. Even though it's gonna be lingering. I ask that you do everything possible to remove that feeling, man, because it can eat you. Like I had that type of feeling, like I told y'all, said it before. I had someone get locked up and I put that on me. Thank you very much. See, this is why you have a wife. This is why.
Hi, Jen.
Jay said hi. Ty, can you make anything like this? This is what you call a grill yummy. I call it's a grilled cheese, but it's a grill yum yum in a bottle of water. She doesn't want me to get a headache. But I felt really bad about dude going in, and I was like, "Damn, I coulda just done this. I coulda put him in a house here. I coulda done that." At the end of the day, everybody should be responsible for themselves until you're no longer a child. And to me, you got to be at least like 22 mentally just to kind of start waking up a little bit. Um, but yeah, man, I'm gonna send my praise out to the dude, man. Don't know him from a hole in the wall, but I can definitely see how it's affecting you, brother.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It really is. I talk about it a lot, actually. Um, and like I said, I typically get upset when I talk about it, just because it sucks. It fucking sucks, and that's what it comes down to. But even like the money shit, like if people like money, I'll help. Like I want to help everybody. Like I said, so if I have the money and I can help you, I will. You know what I mean? So it's like not being able to help it takes a toll on me. You know what I mean? And people say you shouldn't have to help everybody. You shouldn't want to help, or you can't help everybody. Like I get it. You know what I mean? But there's certain people that are like I want to help, and I want to help like no matter what.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, for your further listening pleasure,